Hello and welcome to our Loresworn Order playthrough of Hearts of Iron 4 Together for Victory as Australia. I want to turn day-night cycle off so it doesn't mess with performance. I am TJ Hafer and with me is DM Schmeier.
Welcome back, guys. As you know, last time the last couple of times
the last actual recording session.
Yeah, we stood on a knife's edge as Japan brought the pain. But slowly but surely, we modernized our armed forces, modernized our economy, got our wartime systems and administration raring to go, and severed ties with the UK and have begun courting the United States as a core diplomatic ally. We anticipate that once we've gone a couple of focuses down that particular tree, that we will turn the tide of the war, as I believe that we will soon compel the United States to enter it.
Yeah, so far it's weird because it's 1941. I guess it's not quite to the point in the war when the U.S. has joined, but we don't have an Ostfront yet, and we also don't have much of a Pacific front other than Southeast Asia. So we're just going to go ahead and...
Worth also noting that the Axis are winning the war, like in a big way, possibly even in a bigger way than they won the war in
China,
actual history.
China folded.
Italy is not incompetent.
Yeah, Africa is mostly gone to the Axis so far. Who's not importing to us? Steel from the UK. Maybe we should start getting our steel from the US. Their convoys are less likely to be attacked, and if they are, there's a pretty good chance that the US will not take kindly to that. Let's see, what else? Well, I asked for the amount of steel that we needed. Not just some steel. We need lots of steel.
Son, I fear you've misunderstood me.
Yeah.
I didn't say some steel. I said all the steel I need.
We keep getting naval invasion alerts about Queensland, but I haven't actually seen them land anything there in a while.
I think we've given them sufficient pause to second guess doing that, frankly.
Yeah. I feel like
now'd actually be a grand time to evict China from Papua New Guinea. Or Japan, pardon.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we can't transport to a non-naval base location. Can we transport to one of the Dutch bases? Like, where are their... They've got to have a naval base somewhere here. Do they not actually have... Oh, here we go. Can't transport... Well, I'm asking you to transport to a naval base.
Looks like it's full.
I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Might need paratroopers.
Oh, that's why, because the naval base is in a different sea zone, I guess, where we don't have ships. So that's... We really need a naval base, like, right... Actually, we could build one.
Do it. That is a great place to have a naval base.
Yeah, let's go ahead and queue that up. We'll put it,
high priority.
Second priority, maybe, yeah. It's sort of breaking...
Dang.
My rule. Oh, no, that's good for us.
Is
the Siamese Empire is the fascist.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
The fascist version of Siam. So.
Okay, we'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take it. Are they dangerous naval invasion? All right. Well. Oh, there we go. There's some dudes. Okay, so we probably need to build something of a task force here. Do we have a general available?
Yes.
We do. We have multiple generals available. I don't know why they landed there. I guess they have to land somewhere. We had, like, every reasonable landing spot covered, so they're just kind of landing in the middle of the North Coast, so...
And we should be able to handle them, I would think.
Ren Carrier. All right.
Well, we dig it. We dig it.
Do we have enough? Okay, so we're ahead of time on that. We're probably ahead of time on electronics, slightly. Slightly ahead of time on infantry. You could get the next level of Marines.
I think now'd be a great time to get some paratroopers and some mountaineers. To be blunt, We're going to need... I think our best use of our troops is to have specialized soldiers, kind of like what we've been doing, but with possibly greater variety. That would just be my personal...
The problem is we only have 94k manpower left, so I'm wondering if we're even going to be able to build those kinds of units. We also need to look at where we're actually going to be fighting. There are some mountains here. There are some mountains in the Japanese-occupied areas. We
need to liberate our territory for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go ahead and throw it to Mountaineers.
95 days, 30% bonus.
Wouldn't be my first choice, but we'll have it pretty quick, so... Let's see... Well, or you could wait for your friends to get there instead of attacking across a river by yourself. There we go. Once again, if combat in Hearts of Iron were affected by who had the best hats, I think Australia would wipe the floor with everybody. Why are... You don't... Oh, he's part of the garrison. So where's our other... Where's the other guy that's part of this order?
Oh, they're annihilated.
Alright, well,
so,
it doesn't matter.
but there's been another landing.
Alright, so we're going to remerge those guys back into... this larger order. Yeah, that's exactly what I want you to do.
And I would just crush them.
And then we'll create another small task force under Blamey. We're going to be playing the blame game for a little bit here. And yeah, they didn't land at a naval base. They didn't land anywhere that they can actually get supplies. They might be landing reinforcements, unless they're just going to go try to invade somewhere else. Yeah, I think that's going to be a... or not going to, but should be a focus for the 1.4 patch. If I had to suggest something for Paradox to focus on,
Hey, suggest it away. They might actually listen to you.
Yeah, they sometimes do. You've taught the AI how to do naval landings. Now you have to teach them how to follow up naval landings. A lot of our divisions that have been in training are reaching regular status. Again? Really? Again? That didn't work out for you last time. No. Task force. Be nice if you could take a garrison army and split part of them off as a task force and just have them do their thing without having to... I guess they're landing there because there's a fort? I don't know.
Want to take it? Probably.
Yeah. I mean, it's a terrible landing spot, no matter what way you look at it, but...
We need the U.S. to enter this conflict, or we're just going to be playing the wait-and-see game.
Yeah.
We're not capable of turning the tide against the Japanese in this region ourselves.
Once we get a naval... Oh, we do have a naval base here. I was going to say, we can start pushing, we just can't fight the Japanese Navy head-to-head just yet.
I don't know that we ever could. We need the U.S.
Yeah. Let's see, we already finished... We are finishing Land Doctrine. Are we still ahead of time? We're still slightly ahead.
We could upgrade our radio towers. Get a bonus.
We could. Haven't really built any radio towers yet, but...
Nationalist Spain has joined the Axis.
Oh, that's not good.
Nope.
That's the funny thing. Like, even with historical focuses on, Nationalist Spain almost always joins the Axis. I feel like that should not be the case. I feel like that should be a rarity, because... If you're playing with historical focuses off, sure. I mean, you know, all bets are off at that point. But, let's see, can we... Cannot transport from a non-naval base location. So, can I... We don't have a naval base in the Gulf here either, I guess.
Should we get one?
Do we have transport planes? We don't.
That'd be a way to go.
Yeah. Probably should have gone paratroopers instead of mountaineers now that I think about it.
We can do paratroopers after mountaineers are finished. It pays I feel like it pays to have a unit of Marines, a unit of mountaineers, and a unit of paratroopers.
No, it's true. Yeah, having one of each is definitely... For a small nation like ours, going to be situationally useful at some point.
That is so good.
All right, woo the USA. We have finished that.
We haven't quite actually yet. We need to continue to go down it, I believe.
Well, we finished the woo the USA step. Southwest Pacific Initiative.
We need to protect the Dutch colonies focus.
We've established the power-based credibility to create our own network of alliances. So that would allow us to create our own faction, basically.
Which is awesome.
Let's
Yes.
see if they'll give us their colonies. Yeah.
That would be incredible.
Okay,
Yes!
there we go. So the U.S. has become our ally in the German-Polish War, which has been merged into the Japanese-American War, and the U.S. has joined the Allies.
Wonderful.
We're still in the Allies, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So we don't need to create the Southwest.
They've
Pacific
called in the
Initiative.
Philippines.
Nice. Okay.
That's a game changer.
So that will give us quite a bit more leeway to move about in the Pacific.
It will be. We are now what I would call...
Ooh, Fall of Gibraltar. Oh yeah, because Nationalist Spain just capped it real quick.
That will be... I feel like our role now on the Pacific front is that of the less talented tag team wrestler in any great professional wrestling tag team. We occasionally tag in, do some super flashy moves to bring the pain, and then let World War II's babyface, the United States, go John Cena on folks.
Okay, so the 6 volunteer divisions the U.S. sent us are going home now for understandable reasons.
Yep, join the U.S. Army.
They don't need to send us volunteers to participate in the war anymore. It'd be nice if they would liberate. Well, if we get control of these Dutch bases,
it's ours.
That'd be nice.
If we get control of the Dutch bases, we're going to jettison Japan from this area.
Insufficient intel. Well, it can't be much because they don't have supply. So that's probably at most 2 divisions would be my guess.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I would also be looking, with the vast sums of political power we keep saving up, I would be looking at, and man alive, was it a good idea to take these coastal guns.
Oh yeah, look, they're trying to, they just launched an unsuccessful invasion of Brisbane Harbor. They were killed on the beaches, didn't make it past the first wave.
Oh, if I would get ready also, if I were Japan, now that America has entered the war,
I would... Battle of the Coral Sea, we killed something.
I would be
for the most part.
very desperate to take Australia if I were the Japanese, to be blunt.
Oh, that's a New Zealand division. I was like, what are our guys doing there? How far along is that naval base? Let's start...
Far?
Did we lose some factories or something? Oh yeah,
maybe they're finished.
To trade, yeah. Because I was going to say, I thought we had 15-15 going, but we traded some away for steel. Fall of Hong Kong.
Ugh.
That's not good.
We're losing the war. The U.S. coming in.
We are. I mean, so someone was saying this is going exactly like real World War II, except for Australia being independent. It's like, well, not exactly.
In real World War II, Italy was useless. In this World War II, Italy is not. Sorry to any Italians who might be offended by that, but it is kind of.
Oh, I mean, it's not saying anything about like Italian people. It's that freaking
Mussolini's was incompetent.
Government was incompetent,
and his army structure.
Yeah, what
completely did a huge disservice to his fighting men. Really.
So yeah, North Africa. Now that Nationalist Spain has joined in, Africa will probably go to the Axis. We'll see.
The United States is gonna yes.
Look, oh man,
we're breaking their navy. That's amazing.
They lost 3 destroyers, a battle cruiser, a light cruiser, 27 A4Ns, 9 B5Ns, two additional destroyers, lots and lots of aircraft.
The battle in the Pacific.
Some of those are U.S.
The battle in the Pacific is already turning.
Yeah, the fact that they lost 27 carrier fighters. Oh, that's survivors. I was gonna say there's no way the U.S. lost 106 planes. So I'm wondering. These guys are all basically ready to go. if we create just like a small naval strike force, let's make sure that our squadron, we want them on convoy escort. I think we can probably launch a small attack on...
let's take our territory back.
Our seized territory here. So let's go ahead and take our most experienced guys, the Forgotten Sons, the Adelaide Avengers, the Darwin Devils, and the Brisbane Bruisers. We're going to put them in a small little task force here. And we're going to naval invade from Townsville to our new naval base. So it's not really an invasion, it's more of a transport order, but so it's going to take 28 days to prepare that.
Which is fine.
Yeah, that's not that much.
By then, see how far along is our focus? By then we might actually have the East Indies. Modify government.
We can get an aircraft manufacturer. I think that Commonwealth Aircraft Corporation is the best one.
I recall it being incredible.
Yeah, that's very incredible,
actually. What can't we do? We need to complete the Commonwealth Airport.
Oh, that's right. That's why we haven't.
But it's worth getting it.
Yeah, that's why we haven't.
We have two focuses to get first. We have to get the protect the colonies, and we have to get our Southwest Pacific Initiative. But then we will get our Commonwealth aircraft.
Oh yeah, it's 1942. I could have started the next level of electronics, but that's all right.
It's coming.
We get a new research slot pretty soon too. Oh, that's why the Southwest Pacific Initiative is important, because it gets us the research cooperation focus. Preemptive intervention gives us a government war goal against Japan. It's not preemptive anymore, but we'll topple their government. We'll take it. 12 out of 28 days. I think we have too many divisions at this point to give them all names, but...
We do.
We'll have our boys from the beginning of the war.
Oh, and by the way, guys, if you enjoy this this style of sort of military narrative game-enhanced fiction, we've heard the message loud and clear that these videos are popular. And we got some other ones from some other games coming, so be on the lookout.
Oh, yeah.
Including one that has been, we thought it'd be fun, but it has been so much more of a blast.
The Netherlands cedes protectorates. Australian troops stood ready to assume responsibilities for the protection of all Dutch territory in Southeast Asia as Dirk Jan der Geer approved the agreement. While some local resistance was met in the transfer, fear of foreign aggression ensures that most recognize the need for Australian defense. Australia will do what she must. So the Dutch East Indies becomes a puppet of ours.
Mm-hmm.
It would be nice if they called them the Australian East Indies. Yeah, so we can make them an integrated puppet, which will give us access to more of their industry, but we should have already gotten some factories from them. And yeah, then we'll go through this useless focus just to get the extra research slot there.
Yeah.
The Australian and Dutch government today announced a joint cooperation and defense pact that will see the Dutch colonial holdings in Southeast Asia placed under the protection of the Australian Armed Forces. The treaty was signed by the Dutch governor of Indonesia and John Curtin, who announced that the deal will include full colonial administration due to the distant and challenging situation in Europe. The Dutch government has issued no statement on the treaty. The Dutch government...
And the United States, if you haven't noticed, is evicting Japan from our local waters.
We've even got some Greek divisions coming in to help out. Greece pulls their weight in this patch, I gotta say. Like, almost every game I played, whether I'm on Allies or Axis, the Greeks get it done. Alright, so we're gonna... So far, so good. Bringing it up to the next level of computers. Our organization is very low, but we haven't actually... It doesn't look like we've taken any real losses so far.
Our forces are landing.
And the U.S. is already there, keeping the port warm for us. There they are. Oh, yeah.